ever feel really overwhelmed with work? And especially as entrepreneurs, the feeling of overwhelm is such a common challenge that we face on a daily basis. I'm going to tackle overwhelm in this video and also offer you a gift you can't resist.
Free your mind!
So overwhelm is a very common trait, a very common challenge of entrepreneurs, whether you've already started a business or you are thinking of starting a business. It's something to be expected. And I want to share with you a viewer letter that I received from a viewer named Judy. And Judy writes, Vidette, last year I finally decided to start a business as a trainer. I train people both one-on-one as well as am now expanding into an online model of training to leverage my time. Very smart, Judy. My challenge is that I often experience a great deal of overwhelm with how to market my business, and quite honestly, I end up doing nothing. My clients are few and far between, and I'm not making much money. I'm wondering if I bit off more than I can chew. Could you share some tips with me on how to get out of overwhelm and into productivity? Thank you, Judy. Judy, this is extremely common, so know that. So I'm going to share with Judy 3 tips on getting out of overwhelm and into productivity. And the first one, Judy, it happens to all of us, so I'm not picking on you. But one of my life coaches that I've worked with, one of my favorites, Jeffrey Combs, often taught us, his clients, about overwhelm. And the first thing when someone would say, Jeffrey, I'm overwhelmed with what I'm doing, he would always say, what's your garage look like? What does your office look like? What do your drawers look like? And I remember the first time having him ask that question, we're all looking around saying, what is he talking about? But what he was talking about is typically overwhelm comes from something more internal than we expect. And when we feel overwhelmed, our ego tells us, oh my gosh, I have this business and I'm so overwhelmed. There's so much that goes into having a business and I don't know if I should do this or that, this or that. So we feel like we're busy even though we're not. However, what it truly means is really overwhelm is allowing us to procrastinate and really avoid a fear of some sort, whether it be a fear of success, a fear of money, a fear of moving ahead, etc., etc. And when we feel overwhelmed, we end up living in a chaotic life. And our environment very much so reflects that. So when he was asking, what does your garage look like? What does your office look like? We immediately made the connection to when you feel overwhelmed in your head, typically your environment is. You have a garage you can't pull a car into. You have a closet that collapses when you open it. So one of the strategies, my first tip for you, Judy, and for everybody watching is first, when you start feeling overwhelmed, take one drawer, take one closet, and start to organize and clean it out. And that seems kind of like a silly thing, but if you think about it, when you have your house cleaned and you come home, there's an energetic feeling that allows you to feel free and you feel clear, your mind feels clear, and that's because your environment is clear. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, stop what you're doing. I don't care if you're working, stop what you're doing, go clean out your car, clean your space, clean your table, clean your office, whatever it is, clean your environment, because that immediately will cleanse out your energetic space. Step number 2, Judy, is to, ask yourself this. If my next step was to do something to market my business, what would it be? And just that question calms your mind and allows you to listen to your inner guidance system, which is telling you your next step would be this. And you simply do this. You stop writing, you stop doing, you stop freaking out. You simply just sit and ask yourself, if my next step is a marketing aspect, what do I do? And you simply do that. I suggest the night before you go to bed, you write out 5 to-dos that you're going to do the next day, and that will at least keep you on task and keep you very specific on what you're going to do that day. Most importantly is step number 3. In marketing your business, Judy, you have to have a daily marketing plan. That was something that so drastically changed my life when I sat down and said, every Monday, this is what I'm doing to move my business. Every Tuesday, this is what I'm doing. Every Wednesday. For over a year now, I've had the same marketing plan because there's a huge amount of marketing strategies out there, and if we aren't clear about which one of those we're picking, we are going to feel overwhelmed and we are going to end up doing nothing because we don't know what to do. But if you choose the strategies, those 3 or 4 strategies that you want to focus on, and focus on one strategy per day, you'll get so much more results and productivity out of doing that than trying to do all marketing strategies at any given day of the week. That won't work. So be very focused. So Judy, on this blog post, you are going to have a downloadable link for a PDF file. I am sharing with all of you watching this a sample daily marketing plan that you can start to implement into your business to give you a focus. And until you feel good about what it is your marketing strategies are, you want to use this marketing plan that I'm giving to you and then revise it in any way that you have. But it'll give you an idea of a place to start. So, at the beginning of this video, I said I was going to offer you a gift you can't resist. And I have decided within this past week to offer my workshop in January, the Do What You Love in 2012, worldwide workshop for free to anyone who likes our fan page on Facebook. That link is also below. But when you become a member of our fan page, I will send you the link, and I want to encourage everybody to take advantage of this workshop. I will be covering some of the mindset pieces that will allow you to get out of overwhelm and get into focus, as well as marketing strategies and business strategies that will highly affect the productivity of your business. So make sure you register for that after you like our fan page on Facebook. So with that, this has been Vidette Vanderweide with VidetteV.com. Be sure to share your comments of what you do in order to overcome overwhelm so we can help each other stay focused and stay on our journey to abundant living. Have a good one. See you on the next video.
Free your mind.